Good morning, friends and neighbors of the Hapeville channel. Dewey here. Just figured I'd take another brief look around here in Hapeville. I don't think I'm going to take a very long walk this morning. I'm sporting a bit of a headache and I'm fighting the urge to go get a soda at the Chick-fil-A. I'm addicted to soda, by the way. So here we are. We're at... I parked across the street on South Central, but I'm at the intersection of North Central and Sims. And I thought I would stop here because there's just a couple things in this area that always interest me. And mainly, one thing that I always like to remember is, and the sun, of course, is right where I want to be. But here we are at the intersection of Sims and North Central. And now that's where the Shell station is. Virginia Avenue crossing is right there across the train tracks. There's a Shell station and a laundromat. The original Sims family home was right here. And also in this area, back at the turn of the 20th century, the Sims family had a strawberry patch here. So I always like to think of that every time I see the Sims sign. But in more recent history, what I really love, and I'm sure y'all do as well, can y'all tell me whose house that was? Little trivia question. Good morning, Matina. I'm gonna cross the street. Look how fast this bus is coming. So we're looking west on North Central. It's busy this morning because everybody's headed to work. All right, I'm gonna cross. But I love this house. This house was owned and lived in by the Wells family. Most particularly, everybody would remember Melvina Wells. She was a teacher in the Hapeville schools from College Street all the way through North Avenue to Hapeville High School for her entire career. And I drive by this house and I always think about the fact that she used to live here. It just sits here empty. I heard most recently, before I moved here, that it was being leased by the Hapeville Arts Alliance, but apparently that relationship didn't work out and last very long. I don't know who owns the house now, but this, it's just so fantastic. Look at that. Just, and the sun is hitting it beautifully this morning. Golly gee. I just like to think of Melvina coming in and out of those stairs. And for those of you that don't know, the little bit that I know about Melvina Wells, other than she was a very respected and sometimes feared teacher, she taught English and poetry and literature. She had polio as a child and lost one of her legs. So everybody says you could always hear Melvina Wells coming down the hallway at school because of that wooden leg. I'd love to walk up on the porch. I'd love to go inside, but it's not my right to do so. So I'm just going to walk around it. But Douglas and I look at this house and we're just like, oh, I wish we were millionaires. Because we would turn this into a cabaret space, an arts and cabaret space for the community to come to see arts and shows. Good morning. And we would call it Melvina's. You know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just walk up on the porch, I hope. Oh my, look at that. Hope I don't get in trouble doing this. My heart's racing a little bit because I'm not a rule breaker. But, oh wow. Holy monkey. Anyway, you can't really see very well, but it's just sitting here empty, this beautiful home. Look at the huge porch. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna get off of it because not mine, but it's a beautiful house. Have any of you ever been inside for any reason? Absolutely lovely. And from what I understand, the Wells family owned land all the way down back in the day, including down there where the Ramada Inn is. Somebody just told me today that when they built the Ramada Inn, they leased that land from Melvina Wells. I'm parked over there, so I'm going to do the highly unadvisable thing of walk across the train tracks this morning. Never a good idea, but I'm a big boy. I'll be careful. And I'll show you what they're building across the street on that little triangle of land where there was a service station for so many years. All right. Gosh. This is 789 North Central. Anybody know anything about that? Let me know. Ever been there? Ever known who lived there? Apparently it was a business at some point as well, as all these homes were. All the well-to-do original Hapeville families lived along North Central, and there were a lot of big homes along this street. All right, here I go. Now, as I cross the tracks carefully, I'm going to point out this cute little house over here. Mr. Gene Norton has his realty office there. And his wife Louise told me the other day, oh, there he is. I've never met him. She said he goes to work every day, 5 days a week. And I am totally, just by chance, seeing him go into 790 this morning. He's in his 90s. This is kind of creepy. I didn't plan it. It just happened this way. But there's Gene Norton going to work. I'll be darned. He and his wife have been important parts of this community for many, many decades. I'm going to stop filming them because it's creepy. But that's where he goes now every day. Gosh, if it weren't for the pandemic, I never know how each person feels, their comfort zone. I'd walk over and say hello to him, but I'm not going to do that. But there he is. Louise, if you see this, you're right. I just saw your husband, and he does go to work 5 days a week. That was kind of neat. I've researched him and seen him in the archives in the museum, and seen the work, because he used to be the head of the Hapeville Historical Society back in the day. He and his wife were very influential in working with the community to renovate the Depot Museum that we have today, 40 years later. And he's been in real estate for decades here in town. And as a matter of fact, well, I don't know, I'm not going to speak out of the side of my head, but anyway, that's where he goes to work every day in 790. Is that 790? Yeah. 790 South Central, and that house says it has a little sign that says circa 1890. All right, well, we had a Gene Norton viewing. How cool is that? Good morning, Kim Kennedy. How are you, Kimmy? This is now a Cleaners at 793. 794, 796, and 798. It's all a Cleaners. This little curve goes into Virginia Park. And I'm walking down this way because I'm going to show you guys what's being built down here. If you're not local, it'll be new to you. Here's something interesting, though, at this intersection. Back in the 1930s, they were advertising Virginia Park to well-to-do people up in up in Atlanta, to tell them about the new neighborhood that they were building down here. Mid-30s, I would say. I found advertisements for it. And it says, and it gives directions on how to take the train. Hi, Terry. Hapeville Fire Department. Hapeville Fire Department just went by. MARTA is busy at this little intersection. So anyway, they were building Virginia Park back in the 30s, new homes, and there was an advertisement that I found that gives specific directions for women. It says for women in the ad, which is interesting. Women welcome. They were encouraging the women to get on the train, ride down to East Point, get on the trolley, and come over to Hapeville on the trolley. So it gave them directions, and they would have come on the trolley down Willingham, and then it says to get off right here to go to the model home. And my best guess is the model home was this one that faces North Central. Then you've got a lot of similar homes going down into Virginia Park. But now that is a very popular dog grooming place here in town called Doggy Style Atlanta. I love the name. She's so busy that she's not taking on any more animals right now. So that's Virginia Park. And if you look across, all right, I'm gonna cross now. I'm being very careful. All right, so we're at South Central, right in the triangle here. And at this triangle, this is Willingham, and this is Central continuing over to East Point. That's continuing to College Park. But there used to be a service station sitting here empty for the 4 years that I've been here. The sign is still here. But this is what's going in now. It's been being built. They started building it before the pandemic started in March of 2020. And they've been slowly working on it the entire time. Good morning, Beverly. So this is this triangle area. You all will remember it across from the Ramada Inn that was built in, I think, 1974, which is now Inn City Suites. And by the way, a local artist put a beautiful mural on the side. Look how the sun hits that, you guys. It's a beautiful mural. Isn't that lovely? Unfortunately, we had a few people in Hapeville go, "That's too much color." I don't know how that can be a thing, but there you go. So this is a Thai restaurant called Spoon, I think. I believe this family has another one up in Atlanta. But what's lovely is they were building it, and I don't know if it was in the original plans, but once the pandemic hit, then they put these outdoor seating pad areas. There's 3 of them here. And it's an absolutely beautiful building. It's just taken them a really long time, and it's probably, if I had to guess, I mean, pandemic, number one, but also getting materials probably slowed them down. But from what I understand, here in the back, you can go up and there is an event space up there. And of course, Douglas and I were excited about that, and we looked into that immediately, but the rent is astronomical. Not something that we could do, but one of these days we'll find a place to do our shows that people can come enjoy them. And then they built a parking lot in the back. And there again is the old Ramada Inn that you would all remember. Willingham apartment homes. And then down further, I guess I'll walk down there, why not? There's more development happening down there. So I'll go past the homes and show you. Good morning, Brian. I hope it's nice where you are. It's a beautiful day here. I'm just walking around a different part of Hapeville. So this is the little stretch of Willingham that goes down behind these buildings off of Central. It's where it splits. Y'all will remember that. And it takes us down to, I always forget what the name of this is. Is it Custer? I can't remember till we get over there. I know there's Custer and Colville, but I forget the names. I think it's Colville. This is Colville Avenue. The back of more businesses on Central. This is a lot different than walking around a neighborhood in Hapeville. It's not so pretty over here, but I wanted to show you this over here. Because this area over here, this was the second, Virginia Park was the second neighborhood to be intentionally laid out and designed in Hapeville. The first one I showed you, I think yesterday or the day before, the neighborhood that is now called Asbury Park, over at Georgia Avenue, Union Avenue, Elm Street, Chestnut, all those streets. That was the original. But look how much new infill has happened here. Yeah, this is Colville Avenue and Central. There's a little place, a little convenience store here, and a place called King Kong Wings now, which they have been doing very well here in Hapeville. I think they're going to be very happy about how much better they're going to do, because so this is Central that goes to East Point. This is Willingham that goes to College Park. This, up until a couple months ago, was full of big old trees. And back in the day, this was a neighborhood as well. And there were homes that continued along, but those were lost when the highway came through, because here is 85 over here. When the highway came through, a lot of these houses were lost, and this empty lot sat here for many years. But now it's being turned into, as all empty lots in Hapeville are, it's being turned into a bunch of townhomes on that little lot. Personally, I can't imagine spending $400,000 plus to live right here, because you're literally between this busy road, that busy road, the highway 85 is literally behind you, and the train that comes through and blows its horn many, many times a day and all through the night is right next to you. So you are on a triangle of land there between all of this chaos. I don't understand it. I do understand it. Money, 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 money. Somebody will buy them. Somebody will buy them. But it's good for the city, because all those people are going to pay property taxes. So, and King Kong Wings will sell more wings. So there you have it. This is Sylvan that goes north. So most of this on Colville is all new. You can't see it, but right there, there is one original house on that side of the street. It's a beautiful little house, and my friend Jennifer Upton lives in it with her husband Tony. But there you go. They're moving around the dirt. All right, well, it's a little bit different type of walk this morning. I don't know if it would have triggered as many memories as my other walks would, because we didn't really go into a residential area very much, but it's beautiful out. I needed to get out of the house this morning, as I usually do, to ground myself, and a walk does that. So I hope you all have a great day today. And if any of these sights, places, sounds, anything I said triggers any kind of memory of an event or a place or a person or whatever, I'd love to hear about it. Create yourself a great day. See you next time.